Alright guys, before we start the video, I got three questions. First question, do you guys hate it when you're forced to go with one of your parents to some program that your siblings in, and they're doing something fun, but since you're not in the program, you can't do anything, and all you have to do is just sit there and watch? Uh, that happened to me once. My sister went to a camp, and my mom volunteered to work there for a little bit. So I would go there occasionally, sometimes here and there. And there's this one time where, when me and my mom went, my sister and everybody else in camp were going to swim and stuff, but I was told that I wasn't able to, so I just went over to the little playground that was close to it and just sat there doing nothing, just sitting, walking around, and other things. Like, that playground was so boring. There's at least you at least could have had swings. I could have jumped straight in the air. At least I got to see a Hobart A200 down there, and one of my friend's moms. She actually turned it on for me. It's pretty cool, but I remember it being louder than normal, like normal, you know. All right. Question two: do you guys hate it when you're watching something funny, wholesome, or cute, and then all of a sudden the video just throws in something very depressing? That happened recently, like on my sister's birthday, actually, which was Saturday. Um, we were watching this funny animal compilation, and all right, we're watching this funny animal compilation, and then it was all funny, cute, and wholesome. And then there's this one clip from TikTok. There's this guy that had a 22-year-old calico cat, which, first off, that's a great great grandma cat right there. So yeah, like that guy's 22-year-old calico cat passed away. I think that's what it was. I was just like, ah, you had to hit me. You had to hit me in the feels. Why, this is supposed to be funny, wholesome, and just cute. Why do you have to show me a? Uh, so yeah. All right. Question three. Do you guys hate it when a very nostalgic childhood tower is ruined by modern technology? Okay, guys. So this video idea came to me yesterday, but I never did it because I was doing other things, mostly Mario Maker and crap and like that. So yeah, today's video we're going to be taking a look at every single mixer I have either seen or used during my entire school career, during the entire time I was in school, from kindergarten to right now, which is I'm in 11th grade, which is my junior year. So yeah, like, you can say 11th grade or junior year. I don't say freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Like, I go. Well, I just like to call my grades from grade 9, 10, 11, 12, not other names like junior, senior, freshman, sophomore. So yeah. So we're going to be taking a look at the very first mixer I've seen at my elementary school, and this here is I blame this mixer for getting me into Hobart mixers. So yeah, let's take a look. The legendary Hobart A200. This here is the mixer that was in my Wyman Elementary. Well, I mean, just elementary school in general. I don't know why I called it by its full name. So yeah, like, I used to go to, well, I mean, there's three elementary schools in the school district I'm in, and I only went to one of them because you're only able to go to one of them. So I went to the lesser known high school. I mean, elementary school. Why am I so cold all of a sudden? It was called Wyman Elementary. So yeah, that's where I spent that's where I spent preschool all the way through fourth grade at. So yeah, like, um, I'm pretty sure you have 3 years of preschool too. So yeah, like, So I kind of stayed down there and about here. Let's count. 8 damn years I've been stuck in that school. Like all the people I know of say that Wyman Elementary was just a horrible school, but really I have good memories there. One of them was this was their Hobart A200 that they had stashed in the kitchen. And lucky me, they didn't actually have it hidden behind walls or other things like ovens and stoves and maybe fryers, because this was like late 2000s, 2010s, So Michelle Obama probably didn't. Wait, no, never mind. Like, I forgot when Michelle Obama demolished quote unquote unhealthy school lunches. I'm getting sidetracked here by myself. All right, so they had a Hobart A200. I assume that it was used for mashed potatoes, obviously, and other things like desserts and all that stuff. Um, until Michelle Obama. So yeah, like um, today I would imagine it only being used for mashed potatoes. If not, then they only use it. Well, I mean, they use it for mashed potatoes 99% of the time, and then other times they use it to make desserts for like a teacher's birthday. Like every time it was a principal's birthday or some very important teacher's birthday, at lunch there was always quite a few cakes that would be carried around, or cookies, mostly cakes, because birthdays and cakes, they go to good. I mean, they go very good together, like peanut butter and jelly. So yeah, like they'll give us some sweets, like cake, cookies, something like that. So I would imagine all those mini cakes that were on all those tall trays being pushed around the entire cafeteria. I would imagine the perfect mixer for a job like that. The A200, because it's a 20 quart mixer. So yeah, like you know, that's nice. So yeah, like I would imagine them using that. So I mostly remember this mixer for I mostly remember how there's always a towel covering the bowl while it was on the mixer without any attachment on it or anything like that. So yeah, that's why I mostly remember. So yeah, I think all right. I meant to. I was going. I said something, but I completely forgot what I was going to tell you all. So I'm going to tell you again. Lucky me. Instead of the mixer being stashed away somewhere where you can't see it in the kitchen, it was right in front of the door. And the door it was right in front of is always open for some reason. So yeah, like yeah, it was always open and stuff. So I always got to see it if I sat around the left side of. Well, actually, it can be the left or right side, I think. But mostly it was the left side where you had to sit to see it. So yeah, um, and also lucky me, I got to see a little glimpse of this mixer actually making mashed potatoes. Because I remember when I was very little, or probably when I was in kindergarten or first grade, one of those two grades, I would imagine. I think one of the lunch ladies carried me over into the kitchen and gave me a quick little glance of the mixer making mashed potatoes, and then put me back in the cafeteria. Yeah, I remember that. That was a very special moment in in Wyman Elementary. I got to see this mixer being used. Any other time I'll see this mixer being used was very, very rare. I remember like it was so exciting just walking into the cafeteria, and I'll look around, and then when I looked into the kitchen, you would see, well, you wouldn't see the attachment moving around, but you would see this thing moving around. And the top of the attachment too. You'll see that moving around on any sort of speed. So yeah, like that's how I known it was running or just working and making something. So yeah, but like I said, it was very rare, and your chance of ever seeing it make something was very slim because they make that crap ahead of time. But yeah, mostly. But for some reason there were those times where they were making it during lunch. So it was kind of weird. So yeah, after I left and moved on to middle school and junior high, because we actually have both a middle school and junior high. So yeah, we have four main schools. So after I moved on from Wyman Elementary, I would every time I would go there or see the principal down there, I would ask about the mixer, and he said that it was still there, still running good and stuff. I hope it's still there today. I wouldn't know what I would do if it was gone or replaced. I swear to God, if it was replaced with an HL200. HL200s are like the replacement mixer for the A200. They're not bad mixers, but if they replace a childhood mixer like a Hobart, like that certain Hobart A200, I would flip. I haven't been to Wyman Elementary in quite a long time, and the funny thing is, every time I go back down there, something bad always happens. Like the last time I went down there was like during middle school, I think. So it's been quite a while, like 2015, 16, 17-ish, around that time. So yeah, we went down there and toured the place. For some reason, like me, my class, and our neighboring classes got to tour around and stuff. And literally, we're in the hallway where one of my old classes were in kindergarten. And while my teacher's walking around talking, and there's another teacher from the elementary school that I was talking to. I kid you not. Some random kid busted a door open and ran down the hall. And then there's a teacher who was pursuing him. And the teacher who was trying to chase him fell down right when she ran out the door. That was so funny, but I didn't want to laugh. Eventually, my teacher yelled at all of us. Like, I'm not too sure why, but I think I bet some of us were laughing. So I think that might be the reason why, or maybe because we're just standing there and not doing anything. Man, man, that was so funny. You guys should have seen that. I mean, I wish it was filmed. That would be awesome. All right, time to move on from school to school. So this here is a Hobart H600. This here is a mixer that my middle school had, or maybe, well, that's what it had, you know. It might still have it, I would imagine. These things last for years. So, since this was around, I mean, this was after Michelle Obama, quote unquote, got rid of quote unquote unhealthy school lunches. The mixer was only used for, you know, mashed potatoes. So yeah, I wouldn't imagine it being used for any birthday cakes for the principal or anything like that, or cookies either. Maybe, I don't know. Every time I seen a cake or some cookies that would be passed around in middle school, the the they would look just way too small to be made in a giant 60 quart mixer. Like they must have made it with another mixer or by hand or something. I wouldn't imagine the Hobart making that since it's a 60 quart mixer. So so eventually, I don't know what grade. I bet it was my oh, I think no, it was my sixth grade. In sixth grade, my teacher, one of my teachers, um, one of my teachers took me into the kitchen, and the lunch ladies showed me them making instant mashed potatoes with it. So yeah, like that was pretty cool. So I got to see the entire process. They added the fake mashed potato powder stuff, a bunch of hot water, and a little bit of melted butter, and I got to see that mix around for quite a little bit. but it went by pretty fast, and I wish the process of making that stuff was longer, and I wish that stuff was also homemade too. That would have been great. Like fake stuff, I'm not a big fan of fake stuff. It really is getting cold here. Yeah. So yeah, I got to see it, and so yeah, like this mixer, I'm pretty sure it was visible from the cafeteria as well. Maybe. Oh yeah, yeah, it was. I remember. You're able to view it from a few certain angles. Like if you sat closer to the exit door, you would see it. But if you sat farther away from the exit door, you wouldn't see it. So yeah, it was yeah, like it just depends on where you sit. Like if you sit where the exit door is, that's where you would see it. If you sit in the middle as well, you would see it too, I remember. So yeah, like it was very cool. I'm very glad I was able to see it. After that day, I kind of became my teacher's assistant when it came to some other things. Like we opened up um, you know, a coconut. My teacher had a coconut, and she told me to run down and get a tray and a knife. And surprisingly, they had metal knives down there. They gave us metal knives in elementary and middle school, but they gave us plastic crap in high school. So yeah, I would be the one to run down and get stuff from the cafeteria to do other things. So yeah, it was pretty fun stuff. All right, so after I completed fifth and sixth grade, I moved on to junior high, or better known as Rolla Junior High. Down there, I got to use a few mixers and also see another mixer in action. So let me show you the big bad boy, the one I got to see make mashed potatoes. And instead of this one being a Hobart, for some reason, my junior high school instead got a globe. Yeah, they got a globe mixer. I don't remember exactly which globe mixer it was. I'm guessing it's the 30 quart, since the 30 core it's on the ground. It's a ground mixer. It's not a desktop mixer. Obviously, it's way too big and way too heavy. So yeah, unlike the other two, this is not Hobart, and you weren't able to see it in any shape or form, or I mean, you weren't able to see it from any angle from the lunchroom. I mean, cafeteria, because that's what they're called. So yeah, like you wouldn't be able to see it even if you tried. The only time you would see it is if you went into the cafeteria. I mean, where you get your food at. I think you would go there, and then if you look around closely, you would find it in the back. I went there a couple times, and I don't remember really seeing it. If I did, I would know it wasn't a Hobart, because the day I found out that it was a globe mixer, was that was the day I found out it was a globe mixer was the day I got to see it make mashed potatoes. So yeah, like just like in middle school, one of my teachers took me over to the kitchen of the cafeteria, and I got to watch the lunch ladies make instant mashed potatoes in it. So yeah, like they added hot water, butter, and instant mashed potatoes, just like last time with the the H600. So yeah, like it was pretty nice and stuff. Though I was very surprised it wasn't a Hobart. Like, um, I could imagine glow being made by Hobart. I'm not too sure. I need to find out. So yeah, like this is like out of all four main schools, Rolla Junior High is the only school that doesn't have a Hobart mixer in sight anywhere. So yeah. So this here is the first time I got to see a globe mixer making something in person. It was pretty cool. And I was glad that it was a different mixer other than a Hobart, because I like to see other different giant mixers like this one do their magic. Because really, like, I keep on saying that people that have Hobart mixers only make bread dough in them, but the truth is, everybody who has any sort of big mixer other than Hobart, like Globe or any other thing, like just some sort of big commercial grade mixer, nobody would film it making nobody would film it making desserts. They'll just film them make bread and other things with a dough hook. Oh, I got mine. I don't know what's the deal with big mixers, but people don't want to use them. I mean, they do use them for anything, but people don't want to film them making anything other than bread doughs and stuff. Just any sort of big mixer whatsoever. Alright, so this here is the first mixer I ever got to use in school. I present to you the 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 white KitchenAid Classic mixer. It's a 4.5 quart mixer, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, like in 8th grade and 7th grade, well, I mean just mainly 8th grade, I was always in here. No, no, no. Let's re-say that. Okay. Okay, in 8th grade, I signed up for fax class, which is a half sewing class, half cooking class. So in first semester you would sew, and then next semester you would cook and bake and all that stuff. They were called labs basically. So yeah, like down there they had the only mixers they had were white KitchenAid Classic mixers, and I eventually got to use one of them. But I didn't. The first time I got to use one was not when I was in that class. Believe it or not, in 7th grade in my history class, for some reason, each one of us we were supposed to make our own thing, I guess. And somebody decided to make dirt pudding, or somebody wanted to make dirt pudding for their project. So we walked over to the fax class and used the mixers down there. I remember me and my friend, we used two mixers. I was creaming the creaming the powdered sugar and cream cheese together, while my friend was busy whipping up um, the pudding, basically. So yeah, eventually we put all the stuff in his mixer, and then I got to watch him use it. So yeah, like the first time I got to use one of these KitchenAid mixers, it was very short, very brief, but I got to at least watch two of them run, and one of them I got to use. The other one my friend used. Pretty cool, right? And that day is when I realized I've been missing out, because dirt pudding is one of the best desserts ever. The next time I ever got to use one of these white KitchenAid Classics was when I volunteered to peel potatoes. So we put on a potato peeler on the mixer and put potatoes on, and it'll peel the potatoes. And then all the other times I used it for desserts and cakes and all that stuff, and ooey gooey butter cookies. I remember that's one of those things I remember using one of these mixers for, was to make ooey gooey butter cookies. So is butter in the name? Eh. So yeah, like there's that. Now it's time to move on to the same mixer but in a different color. This here is in the picture it's an artisan, but I used black KitchenAid Classics when I moved on to high school. So in high school, I went to fax class again, and eventually World Foods. And down there they had two different colors of KitchenAid Classics. They had the classic white, and then they also had a new color, black. So yeah, I would just use any, like, from time to time, I would use a black one, but it was just random. I didn't care what color I used. They're both very cool to me. So yeah, I got to use them again. Um, I remember I used one of these black ones to make a gingerbread dough. So yeah, it was pretty fun. So yeah, it was pretty nice too. And down there, there's also another mixer. So I already talked about this stuff and all that stuff. This here is basically the same mixer as what we just talked about. So yeah, let's move on to the next mixer. This mixer I only seen for one day, and then I never seen it again. I never got to use it, and I don't think I ever will. I have a theory that my fax teacher probably threw it away, but feast your eyes on the KitchenAid Pro 500. So yeah, my fax class, my high school fax class at least, um, there for some reason there's a green, a little, well, actually this was taller than the other mixers. This here, it was a green Pro 500 Boliff mixer. It's basically an artisan, but a little stronger, and it's Boliff. So yeah, it's kind of an advanced version of the artisan mixer. I like these more than the artisan. I know it is pretty easy lifting up the head and putting the ingredients in, but bowl lifts, they're just so much cooler. I like lifting the bowl up and down and taking it off and just all that fun stuff. I like the addition of arms. So yeah, when I first seen one of these, I thought they were so cool. Like I grew up with tilt head mixers that had no arms and you couldn't lift a bowl up. I mean, you could, but the only time you could was when you would take the bowl off and and do stuff. So yeah, like I only seen this briefly, aka one day. It was around the beginning of fax class in ninth grade, around the beginning of the school year. Um, it was just sitting there in a cabinet, an open cabinet. It was just sitting there. Um, so yeah, it was just there. I when I seen it, I was very excited. I thought I was going to use that one day, but the only times I've been in that class was ninth and 10th grade. I'm well done with that class, and I don't plan on ever going back there because there's no use, and I have other things to do. Like, I have I have a lot of credits and stuff, so I can just leave school earlier than other people. So I'll just do on the job training and stuff. I think that's my game plan after school is just on the job training at some local bakery so I can get a job. But so yeah, like I was very excited because I thought I was going to use it one day, but I never did. I never did. I never will. The mixer disappeared. Um I didn't really look around for it, but I known it was gone, I guess. Like I should have checked every single cabinet and stuff, but I didn't. I should have. I have a feeling that my fax teacher probably threw it away. I don't know. I bet it was burnt out or something or broken. Maybe, I don't know. Uh if so, then I wish I checked out where the trash is. So if the trash gate thing was open, I could just sneak in there and take it, I guess. And so yeah, like when I started ninth grade, I think that was when I started my YouTube channel. So I guess I could have filmed it, but back then I was kind of weird with videos. Like back then, if when I would go somewhere states away, I would barely make videos there. I wouldn't make any tower videos on the way to the destination like I usually do now. I would only make videos in the place we were staying at. Only in 2020, I'm pretty sure I started filming just one or two videos outside of where we stayed at during any sort of trip. So yeah, like yeah, it's just weird. So I wouldn't expect myself to film it. I would just be like, oh wow, that's pretty cool, and then I'll just walk over and all that stuff. So yeah, like yeah, just whatever. I'm disappointed in my old self. I could have made two big arcs. I went to Indiana twice. Remember the two Indiana arcs? If you don't, then that's okay because they're pretty forgettable, to be honest. Well, actually, the first one is awesome. Like the first one, there's a lot of cool, fun things in it. But if you guys forgot them, that's fine because they're pretty old arcs and all that stuff. Like the first Indiana arc is actually the very first travel arc of the Big LT, so it's pretty nice. So yeah, like I could have made both those arcs into big arcs, but I never did because back then I was weird with making videos outside of our destination. I am so out of track. I mean, so off topic. I just wasted all of your guys' time. Here is the next mixer that I got to see. I didn't get to use it sadly, nor did I ever get to see it make mashed potatoes. So this here is a Hobart Hl600. So after all the high school, I mean all the after all the junior high stuff, um, I moved on to the next big mixer, which is the Hobart Hl600. Okay, I can't see the name, the title of this picture. There, Hobart Hl600. Oh, it's a 1601. Okay, it's weird. So yeah, like I'm able to see this every day because where I sit, I get a pretty good view of it. So yeah, but recently it's been blocked by some things, so I rarely got to see it, but now it's no longer being blocked by anything. So finally able to see it again, and I got to film it too. Out of all the mixers, I filmed this one. I wish I could film the other ones. I definitely would. I want to film the A200 in my elementary school if I ever go back. So yeah, like sneak into the, just sneak in to the cafeteria, maybe into the kitchen, and then just secretly film it very, very quick, very fast, and then run out. And then tell my mom like, oh, I wasn't doing anything, just I was just checking out the place. So yeah, like like yeah, um, so just recently, last Friday, yeah, it was last Friday. I got to see the HL600 close up. And then I also discovered a very well hidden D300 standing right in front of it. So yeah, like it was very awesome. I had no idea there was a D300. So yeah, pretty sure they're both used for mashed potatoes. Like I remember me and my teacher walked in there and I was just like, there it is. That is what they call the HL600. And then I look over to my side and I'm just like, holy crap, a D300. And I was just like, wow, that's an awesome mixer. And then one of the lunch ladies was just like, yeah, it makes a lot of potatoes. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure I guess both of them are used for potatoes and maybe sometimes different desserts and other things. So yeah. So mashed potatoes are their main thing basically. So yeah, I didn't get to see any of them make mashed potatoes. No, no, no. I'm going to talk my teacher into showing me both of them make mashed potatoes once. So I want to see a D300 mostly. The HL600 that'll still be nice to see, but the D300 is my interest. So yeah, I want to see that make mashed potatoes because it's rare seeing a D300 well, make anything other than dough or make anything at all really. Though thanks to Instagram, I got to see it make I got to see short clips of it making something with the whisk and the paddle. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I want to end this video now. I'm going to just I'm going to just I think we're just going to move on. So I don't think we're oh I was secretly I was very tempted to film both of them, but my teacher is right next to me watching me and stuff, so I didn't. I'm sorry, you know. So yeah, but maybe I can one day if I'm allowed to go back down there and watch one of them make mashed potatoes, maybe. So yeah, like hopefully let's hope for it. Here's the next Hobart mixer I got to see. So yeah, like high school might be the final school everybody goes to, but down here in my school district, we have two extra schools that we can go to during our high school years. We have RTI and RTC. I go to the RTI since they have culinary arts down there. There's nothing that I'm very interested in down in RTC. So down in RTI, there's quite a few mixers down in the culinary arts class. The main mixer being the Hobart Hl600. Yeah, it really is cold in here. So yeah. So I sadly never got to see the mixer be used to make anything, and I don't think I ever will. My teacher did say that it's illegal for anybody under 18 to use a big Hobart mixer like this in a commercial kitchen. And my culinary arts it's basically a commercial kitchen, got gray walls, silverware. I mean, not silverware, like silver. Everything is silver and commercial down there. That it's basically what you would see if you walked into your local restaurant's kitchen. So yeah, so everything is very professional, commercial, and all that stuff. So yeah, like my culinary arts teacher also has a reputation that she's trying to protect dearly. So she would never let us use it. She'll never let us use it. I was hoping at the beginning of class when I started, I was really hoping that I could at least me and a few other people would be able to use it or watch it being used, but no. Um, During notes, one of those things I really hate doing. One of the slides was showing different things that you can use in the kitchen, and one of them was being a stand mixer. So yeah, my chef my teacher said you're able to use your average KitchenAid that everybody has in their house, but you have to be 18 to use a Hobart mixer. The one back in the kitchen, the big one. So yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, well now. But I at least got to secretly film it. There's one time where my teacher told all of us to bring our phones into the kitchen, which is a big no in that class. Like our phones can't be sanitized, and one of the biggest things in that class is sanitization because you had to cook and use your hands a lot down in that class, even if you wear gloves a lot down there or gloves all the time, basically. So yeah, like it was very awesome. So yeah, I had an opportunity and I took it dearly. I secretly pulled out my phone and started filming. I briefly walked past it and showed the controls and inside the bowl and all that crap. So yeah, so I never seen the mixer be used by anybody, but I did see the bowl drying on racks and stuff, so I know it's used frequently. Man, I've been talking so much, my throat it's starting to hurt, and it's getting harder to. Well, I mean, since I'm talking faster now, I have speech impediment just stabbing me in the back. Maybe I'll film this. I'll film the mixer again. Yeah, I'm going to challenge myself to film it again, like the return of the Hobart Hl600 in my culinary arts class. Let's do it. Let's go for it. That sounds very nice. though my teacher can't be anywhere around me, she would easily catch me. And she's very strict, very punishing. So if she found out that if she found out I was doing anything with my phone other than taking pictures, like she's fine with us taking pictures, but I'm not sure about videos. I guess you are able to you're able to take a picture of the food you make and stuff, and then you get to send it home and stuff and all that crap. Sometimes, at least. I made a pie and I got to send it home today. So yeah. Um, but when it comes to filming just anything else other than food, I think that's a big no-no. Like if I get caught filming equipment, I would imagine her not being too pleased with that. So you know, it's very risky. If I get caught and I'm dead, my ass is grass and my teacher is a mower. Here's the next mixer I got to see and use too. So this here is the Kitchenaid 8-quart commercial. We have like 5 of these down in my culinary arts class. So yeah, like we get to use them a lot. Like I remember I used this KitchenAid and another KitchenAid a lot during my first semester. Yeah, like I used it a lot for different things, and I got to see it be used a lot as well. So yeah, we made s'mores cookies with one of these mixers. So yeah, it was pretty cool, pretty nice. They're all white as well. I forgot to state the colors of the mixers, but like I forgot to state the color of you know, the Hobart that we have down there. But if you guys watched the video that I made of it, you would know the color. And obviously, my teacher won't paint. She won't paint equipment that she buys. Like she can't do that. So any color it comes in is the color it stays. So the Hobart is gray. Very light gray. It's a lighter gray than the older Hobarts, I would say. And the KitchenAid commercial 8 quarts are all white. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They're very quiet and very powerful with gigantic balls. Holy sh! Alright, so here's the next mixer I got to see and use as well. This here is this is the other KitchenAid mixer we have down in Culinary Arts. It is the Kitchenaid Pro 600. We got like 5 KitchenAid commercial 8 quarts, and I think 4 of these, or oh wait, no, it was also 5. We have 5 of each, but one of the Pro 600s is currently broken right now. So it sits in my teacher's office, right? It sits in my teacher's office for all its life now. So yeah, I got to use this mixer along with the other, so I got to use both mixers offered. But I really want to use that other Hobart mixer. I want to. But it's illegal. It's illegal. Thanks, OSHA. So, yeah, like, I remember the first time I used one of these, I had to put it all the way on speed 10. And if you don't have, if you have a KitchenAid Pro 600, I hope you know these things are very whiny, very loud. They can make your ears bleed on high speed. High speed is the ear destroyer. Like it's ear rape. Like your ears, like you'll go deaf. So yeah, yeah, like, and the worst thing is like I was the only one that was using it. Like there's other students that were using the same mixer, the same mixer I was, and then some others that were using the very quiet commercial KitchenAid. So yeah, all the KitchenAid mixers that were being used that day were all put on speed 10. It sounded like tornado sirens were going off. It was like tornado sirens going off directly into my ears. It was so loud. And having autism, it doesn't help because I'm pretty sure autism is what causes my hearing to be so much stronger than normal. I have very sensitive hearing. I could hear trains from very far away. I remember there's one time where I was just like, I hear a train, and my parents just like, there's no train. And then a few minutes later, a train came. Yeah, I can hear that stuff. So this was quite annoying. Alright, so this here is the final boss of the mixers we just looked at. In size, I would say the final boss is the Hobart H600 or the Hl600, any of those two. But since I am more of a classic person, I would choose the older version of the 600. So yeah, but this here, since it's the last mixer that we're looking at today, it's the final boss. This here is a mixer I currently have right now. This here is the Hobart N50. This here I see lucky me, I found this picture. Um I was originally going to look for this, but it was right in front of me, so I didn't have to look and waste time and all that stuff. So yeah, like my culinary arts class has one of these, only one sadly. So we got like 10 KitchenAids and 2 Hobarts. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, but out of all the mixers, the Hobart N50 is it has the smallest bowl out of all the other mixers. Like the KitchenAid Pro 600s have 6-quart bowls, and then the commercials have 8-quart bowls. The big Hobart has a 30-quart bowl, and this here is just a 5-quart bowl. So this makes it the smallest bowl. So yeah, like pretty strong mixer. I say this is stronger than KitchenAid, the KitchenAid commercial 8-quart, which is like I that's why I believe, because I did see it struggle with big batches of dough, and I seen a Hobart mixer do the same thing on YouTube, and there's no struggle. Hobarts are literally beast, and this is the beast of a mixer. It might be small, the smallest that Hobart makes, but it is a beast. Very, very overpowered. So yeah, like I remember, I took a little tour into class in ninth or 10th grade, and I remember I seen it, and I was just like, wow, look at that mixer. And then my teacher said, oh, it's broken. Or maybe I read a note that said it was. No, no, no. She told me it was broken. So yeah, like I was just like, come on. Like literally, that would have been my only time. It would be my only chance to actually use a Hobart N50, you know. But when I finally joined the class in the beginning of this grade, which is 11th grade, aka junior year, it was still broken. There's still a tag saying that it's broken. But I don't have to worry about it getting fixed and stuff. I already know it probably won't. It'll probably be fixed after I graduate, if I have to be honest. But I don't have to worry about that anymore, cuz I already got one of these for myself. I can make anything I want in it. I get to do a thing called recording it make something other than bread dough. It's so simple, so easy, yet nobody wants to do it. There's only 2 videos of a Hobart N50 making anything other than bread dough. And one of the videos I have on a playlist, but that video, if it wasn't saved on my phone, I would probably never find it again. And then there's another video of it making pie crust, like the pie crust demonstration in a restaurant setting. I remember watching that video a long time ago. And there's a Hobart N50 there. But now I can't find the video whatsoever. The video is gone. It's lost. I can't find it. So yeah, like really, like I already have, like I got very tired of waiting for people to upload videos of a Hobart N50 mixer making something other than bread dough. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just buy one and do it myself. And I did. After years of saving my money, I finally bought one. And I get to do something that nobody wants to do. So yeah, like there's that. There's the end of the video. Like my throat now hurts from all the talking. So see you guys later and bye. This is why this was not supposed to be this long. I promise you guys. I don't like making long videos. This was supposed to be a quick video, but I got so lost in information and got very off topic. So yeah, yeah. I guess I can tell you something funny about this picture. So during my sixth grade, my class was having free time, so I got on the computer and I was right next to somebody else, and I looked up Hobart N50 mixers, and then the guy that was sitting right next to me, he was just like, oh, hey, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. So he told me to scroll down, and then this picture appeared, and he's just like, okay, click on that. This here is something that my grandpa made. I mean, painted. My grandpa painted this mixer. I was just like, whoa, like, your grandpa actually did this? And then before he said yes, my teacher looked at the computer and she said, what are you doing? I said, we're just looking at mixers. And then I don't know what was going on here. I don't know what she was thinking, but she completely shut us all down. Like, she's just like, no, we are not doing that stuff here. And she told me to get off of that for some reason. I don't know why. Just, it was kind of weird. I maybe she thought we were going to buy one of these, but I known better back then. The younger I was, the worse I was with autism. But back then, I known better. I known better. I wouldn't buy anything at school, online at least. I would buy sodas and snacks down at school, but anything other than soda and snacks, no good. Nothing. Just no. So I think it's pretty cool how you're looking at a mixer that one of my former classmates' grandpa painted. That's pretty cool. That stands out to me. Every time I look at this mixer, I see it in a different light. I see it in a cooler light. Just like, I can't believe somebody in my area actually did this. That's very nice. They even added the name of the mixer, the N50. That's very awesome. And they painted it blue as well. This is one of my favorite shades of blue. Holy crap.